I challenge any Wunga to prove me wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. I get a lot of people in America, especially white folks whatsoever, that meet up with a lot of you Wungas and Mombos who just came to Haiti. Bon, faut nous reconnaître, m'se haïtien, même j'avais nous. But I gotta basically, like, make this video because this commercial voodoo that's practiced in America. Let me explain something to a lot of people that don't understand. You know, see, America, this is like the place of opportunity. Like, listen, a lot of Woongans, they know that Hollywood has done a lot of like tarnishing the image of voodoo with all these movies and stuff like that. So the last thing a lot of Woongans and Mombos want to do is basically talk about the dark aspect of voodoo. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody wants to run behind, oh, bon Woogun. What does that mean? Let's say good priest whatsoever. Everybody throws these bon mambo in front of their name, meaning good Wunga, good priestess whatsoever. See, a lot of people are basically looking at me like I'm crazy when I talk about job demons and stuff like that in American culture, because they hear and read so much stuff, so much fuckery on Wikipedia, you know, and they watch these documentaries, you know what I'm saying, that favor this watered down like machination called voodoo, where you won't find any. You hear Ogu, you hear Legba, Papa Legba, you hear all these peaceful, like happy-go-lucky, like law, and then you don't even see them in their African perspective. You know, you see a lot of Catholic saints, so you got a lot of ass-kissing Haitians that come to America that want to market this commercial voodoo. Why? I say to you, I say to a lot of people, like, why? Like, you don't ever hear people in America talk about Marinette Bois Sèche. Never. Asking Haitian about Marinette Bois Sèche. No. They don't talk about them. Bakalou Baka. Never. You know what I'm saying? Who else? Jean Pétois. You won't hear that. You'll hear Jean, but you won't hear Jean Pétois. You won't hear about Ezeli Zierouge. Never in America. You'll hear about Ezeli Freda. You know what I'm saying? You won't hear about Metcalfou. But you'll hear about, let's just say, La Sirène. Everything that's aggressive in voodoo, it's as though it's thrown behind clothes. It's thrown in the closet. Don't talk about that in America. You know? Now, when we talk about demons, getting back to my title whatsoever, because a lot of people say, oh, there's no demons in voodoo whatsoever. That's Catholic whatsoever. That's some type of Catholic, that's some type of Catholic, you know, that's some type of Catholic synchronization. There's no such thing as that in voodoo. Let's just move away from labels. You know, like I said in the previous video, when you talk about evil people that died, when you talk about people like that, evil people whatsoever, and you're talking about spirits, there's some spirits where you find in voodoo that never ever existed on earth. There's a specific science that goes about with trapping demons or spirits that never existed on earth. If a spirit is negative and it never existed on earth, what is it? Like, for real, what is it? You know, there's a lot of spirits like that in voodoo that have never existed on earth, that are bad as fuck. You know, and when you see their manifestation in the spirit realm, you will know that they're not no type of humans that ever existed on the earth. There's some spirits that have never came on earth, and Haitians will tell you that there is such thing as jobs, demo, whatsoever, bakas, whatever. In America, a lot of people start saying, oh, you know, there's no such thing. No. That's what you read. That's what you read in Wikipedia. That's what you read in these pages that want to present and further this agenda of this watered down voodoo. I'm just one of those Haitians that have been a rogue from birth, that don't give a damn, you know, and I will basically stand on the ground that I'm on. I'm a boko. I deal with both sides of voodoo. You know, and I'm not going to water it down to say that, oh, it doesn't exist and only talk about the good. What type of fuckery is that? You know what I'm saying? Yes, c'est haïtien, mais faut me dire ça en premier pour tout reconnaître ça. You know? Yes, I got, you know, yes, it has to be known. You know, because it makes me very furious. You know what I'm saying? When I get into these discussions and start talking about this, let me explain this. Because especially I had a post about Metcalfu whatsoever. They said, oh, you know, Metcalfu is not Satan. Now, let's understand in a symbolic language what does Metcalfu and Satan represent. When you understand Satan in its symbolic language, moving away from biblical, when you understand the energy of that law, of that force itself, it is as though it's a gatekeeper. Legba, I'm not going to talk about Legba now. I'm just saying Metcalfu, he's a gatekeeper as well. When you're talking about working dark side, working magic, he can cancel that. He opens the door for you to connect with the Pétrole spirits, or the aggressive loi, dangerous ones. He opens that door. Now, when you're talking about on the other aspect of, let's just say, you know, when you're talking about Satan, they say he governs over the gates of hell whatsoever. So when you talk about the gate of Metcalfu, he governs over the darker spirits. You know what I'm saying? So he keeps them at bay, keeps them at distance, keeps them in the lower realms. So when you talk about evil people, dark people that done negative stuff, you know what I'm saying? He is the gatekeeper. He keeps that gate shut. If it wasn't for Metcalfu or Satan, all these fucked up bad energies would be rolling the fucking earth. So it just so happens that there's just basically two different terminologies in different cultures. It's the same principle, but different names in different cultures. You know? So when I say this, I don't want people to get all into this confusion thing about labels and stuff like that. Let's talk about what they represent. Of course, we know in Palo there is Lucero. In Ifa there is Eshu. In Voodoo there is Legba. They are not the same spirit, but they're in the same stream of energy. So, when it boils down to saying that there is no Satan, of course there is no Satan whatsoever, because they're two different energies. But when we're talking about the job, the principle which they represent, it is a compatible principle. You know, that you can find that matches up with Legba's with Metcalfu's energy. You know, so when you talk about Legba, like I said before, you have, when you're talking about a cross, you know, when you're talking about intersection or crossroad, you have one line. You have another line intersecting it. So when you talk about Rada and Pétrole, you have a hot side, which represents one line. That's Legba. Now when you talk about Metcalfu, you cross another line. This is an intersection between negative and positive forces. See, when you start getting into all this theory stuff and all this machination stuff, but you know, you get confused. Listening to a lot of these Woongans and Mumbos talking us all this garbage in the West, in America, you'll get confused. Again, I ask of a lot of you Woongans and Mumbos to prove me wrong with what I'm saying. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I would like to see a response video of you telling me, and I would like for Haitians to that are Haitian descent to prove me wrong and tell me that I'm lying. When we're in Haiti, we talk about job, next I sevi job, me say sevi demo whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you can't tell me. There's people that are in voodoo tradition that will tell you that there's such things that exist. But it just so happens that when we come to America, now we want to forget everything. But with that said, I conclude this video and I'm out. This was your rant. It is what it is. Like and subscribe.